You got a $100 bill, get your hands up. You got a $50 bill, get your hands up. You got a $20 bill, get your hands up. You got a $10 bill, get your hands up. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. Single ladies, I can't hear y'all. Single ladies, make noise. All the chicken heads, be quiet. All the chicken heads, be quiet. All the chicken heads, be quiet. Yeah, baby, stop this. Scoop, baby, fellas, sing along. Come on. All the good-looking women sing along. I can't hear y'all. Push your zodiac side. Push your zodiac side. I can't hear y'all. Push your zodiac side. Yeah. Out. If you got more hair, get your hands up. If you got short hair, make noise. If you got more hair, get your hands up. If you got short hair, make noise.
If you've got long hair, put your hands up. If you got short hair, make noise out. Woo! Hello, everybody. Welcome to it. This is TrendingSA. Yes. We're live on SABC3. We're also on social media at TrendingSA on 3. And the hashtag is #on3. All right, so online you can watch us. And I've said this before. There's so many people who stop me wherever I go and say, you know, I'm stationed in Dubai and I watch you all the time. Or I'm stationed in Ethiopia and I watch you all the time on TrendingSA.tv. So wherever it is that you're watching us from across the globe, it is fabulous to be in your company. So here are the peeps, the squad. Not tonight? Squad. Okay. I'll try. Yeah. The squad.
I don't get it.
It's okay. We all say squad, starting with the lady of the squad with the files of the squad who never misses an opportunity for a photo op with the squad. This is Miss Gully Roberts.
Hello, darling. I don't know about you going on about you're a guest. Ooh. Guys, that's how fabulous, one of our fabulous loos here.
We have the coolest blues.
The coolest.
Right?
Wallpaper.
This is the paparazzi pee room.
Were you sitting down there?
Of course, that's how tall I am. Right. What am I talking about tonight on Worth a Follow? Our Worth a Follow guest is creator of Rams Comics, who gave us the adventurous character Noko Mashaba through his YouTube series. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Jonas Khanyisa is in the building! Yeah! As well.
Is it?
His heart is very pretty.
Okay, I cannot wait to see. On my left, she's a lady with all the intellect and hard work and thighs and six-pack envy. You're so hot. This is Pearl Mudiani. Do you see what I'm saying?
Is this Andorra? Is it Lesotho? Where are you?
That's the Tiffindale Ski Resort in
Tiffindale
the Eastern Cape.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
Is this you, babes?
Pearl?
What do you mean, is this me? I
ski?
did ski and I fell.
That's part of the fun.
Yeah, no, it was
It is
bad.
part of the fun,
Yeah, it is
right?
part of the
I
fun.
came back with a cold.
Stunning ski resort. It is.
What do you have on our timeline?
Well, in tonight's lull, we feature Abogogo Nabomkulu, who can really, like, break it down hard. It's going to be really funny. You're going to love it.
I love it. All right, on my far right is the man.
The thirsty man.
We just love him so much. So much that we're suing him for damages for that Ntshwarekiawa incident of last night.
It's fine, I'll fix it.
Oh, no, all is forgiven. This is Dr. Musam Tombeni.
Oh, you were busy on the weekend, Bobo.
Yeah, I mean, look at those veins. I mean,
Wow.
the veins of a hard-working, laboring man.
Are you talking about yourself or the other guy?
Okay. Anyway, this was on Sunday at an event in Sandton. It was like the Red Bull box cart race. SABC3 is a partner there as well. And I was the judge, as the muscles show you.
You're the reason why the streets were shut down.
I am the reason.
Ne? It is you.
It is I. It is I. And I will be talking about the following today. Hashtag Kusatu. It trended today after they elected the first female president of the federation. So a big
What
one.
time?
And a big round of applause
That's
for that one.
huge.
Then, of course, we'll be looking at the hashtag how to handle attention seekers. That's what's on my timeline today.
I am Babi Mulo, your Madam Speaker. Hello, everybody. In the shadows. I am the shadows that lurk in the night.
Look away, when am I queen?
Yeah,
Look
what
away.
did I say? Hello, weekend. Oh, this was at the start of the weekend.
Okay.
I do love a weekend.
It's a lazy number.
What?
That is hot.
Listen, girl. Listen. No, seriously, listen, because our guests tonight have made you laugh until tears stream down your faces. You know that good belly laugh. Tonight we will be hosting Dillan, Oliphant, and Khanyisa Bunu. Yeah. All right. So if you have questions for our guests, if you have any comments on anything else, at TrendingSA on 3 on Twitter, TrendingSA on Facebook and Instagram, and you can post and like and RT and all the rest with the hashtag #on3. BRB babies.
They say they love my songs, I was cynical. And I just beat this out of body salad chingilan. And I can't go on up Poli Nabu Swidi Bam Shapa Shawayana, Vega Poli Jam Chiniwa. Shop and flake if you wouldn't know. And not today, boy, we suited up. If you got a family tree shirt, put it up. Tanga 5 skippers who's pony so good to good enough. Paranoia, not the manate. The Patapiana fella limazate. The smartphone, one side, paparate. I didn't body let the banana. Every song I play, good division can go controlante. I wanna buy a Ferrari just so I say, I'm a 4.5, you know 4.58. Ustabajinda bahuchuta papa, we've been kula fantuka papa.
That is the highlight of my night so far. Welcome back. You're watching TrendingSA on SABC3. We're also streaming online on TrendingSA.tv. We're live, so we can get all of your posts, your Facebook messages, everything. They give us live. So let's have a look at what you're saying on the socials now. This one... This is actually, this is like a trauma being revisited, like limpa PTSD. Bala mo musa.
Ntware ke yawa.
Yo, ke tshoha. No.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. This one comes from Reveal Matsimbi saying, yes, SABC3, it's on 3, you guys. Ooh, yes, gorgeous as always. I added lots of words there, but they all made sense. Wandisi says, y'all looking good, squad. Love you. It's on 3. Thank you very much for all of your posts. We really, really love to see what your opinions are on what's going on this show. And listen, you too can have your post read live on air. So make sure you do the right thing. Hashtag on 3. Where do we go next? I think we go to Musa.
Zang.
Zaza. All right. Khosatu has elected a new president to replace Stumo Dlamini. The announcement came today after the National Congress. Hashtag Zukiswa Losi was elected into the position unopposed, making her the very first woman president of the Federation. So big round of applause for that one. Yes. Now, the election of Losi comes after speculation that the union members were turning their backs on the outgoing president Stumo, who, of course, defied the organization's decision to have him distance himself from former President Jacob Zuma. Now, of course, who is Zukiswa Losi? Who is Zingiswa Losi? Well, she grew up in the Eastern Cape and comes from a family of activists. And of course, she served in the SA Defence Force for 3 years. And then after that, she was at NUMSA, which is a national union for metal workers of South Africa, as a shop steward there. After that, she left the army before the announcement as President Zingiswa held the position of second deputy president of COSATU. Let's hope that, she goes out there and does what is supposed to be done.
But I have a question here, Khosatu. Who really wields the power? Is it the president or is it the general secretary?
It's actually very interesting because people think that the general secretary has the most power because the general secretaries are usually at the coalface. They're with the people. So they are engaging with the people on the ground all the time. But their voice does seem more powerful. But this president, she's not a lame duck. She's not one of those who will just let things fly. Do you know what I'm saying? She is a force to be reckoned with. So it's going to be very interesting watching her impact on COSATU.
Very interesting times ahead. And of course, we at TrendingSA are proud and send our congratulations to Zingiswa Losi on her appointment. And we wish her the very best in her position. Moving on to the next hashtag, of course. Now you know that the fact that there is always someone in your life who's either emotionally needy or very self-centered. And all of this attention is what they want. They want it all to themselves all the time. And Twitter peeps went out and basically gave us a survival kit on how to handle the needy and very self-centered people in your life and in your circles. Thus, the hashtag how to handle attention seekers popped up on the timeline. Let's take a look at what you guys had to say. This one from Duma. It says, how to handle attention seekers. Delete the whole paragraph and reply with care. If you want to see them fuming, this is what you must do. And then another one from Son of an Eagle saying, how to handle attention seekers. Aiwe naume. Woo! Woo!
Ow.
Woo!
Hand.
One from Trava saying, how to handle attention seekers. Wish them a good night at 7 p.m. They will be so confused if you do that. Now, these are some good tips on how to survive an attention seeker. But things took a turn, of course, when Tweeps decided to extend this hashtag to celebrities, creating an offspin of the hashtag. And this one was hashtag preach like SA celebs. Shed was thrown at our celebs and all the things that they've done. And some of your faves took a few bullets. Here's what you had to say. This one from Mustafa saying, preach like SA celebs. I started to sing when I was 5 years and I came to Jersey with just 20 rand. Then you know, you're definitely talking to a celebrity in South Africa. Another one from Siabulela saying that preach like SA celebs. I'm not doing this for money. Yeah, right. And then, of course, another one from Cotton Candy saying that preach like SA celebs. It's possible, black child. Keep on working. You don't need connections. Ow. Janina. Well, that's it, and that's the update for this evening.
I love it. Thank you very much. Now, attention, attention, friends, countrymen, fellow hosts, lend me your ears because we must talk about the biggest, highest ranking news story of the day, and that is the private use of marijuana has now been decriminalized by the highest court in the country. You can now smoke dacha, Mary Jane, Beminsango, light up a doobie, whatever you choose to call it.
All these claps, Musa.
All these claps.
Hey!
So, the Dacha party has done it. They finally won what they've been fighting for all these years. And Twitter people and everyone was going crazy.
Yo.
They were lighting it up legally this time round.
Wait. Does this mean that people are going to start opening weed cafes or those dispensaries where they sell to people who need it for medicinal purposes? Can people now smoke weed at work? Can they take smoke breaks like regular tobacco smokers? Guys, help.
Listen, I think before we get carried away, let's look at some tweets that break down the ruling, right? Have a look at this. Maybe we'll get some understanding. So this is a tweet from the official Concord SA Twitter handle, and that is the criminal prohibition of possession, use, or cultivation of cannabis by an adult person for personal consumption in private is an infringement of the right to privacy of an adult person and constitutionally invalid. Wabona mos. Let's have a look at the next one. Journalist Nzinga Kunta saying the judgment does not say how much cannabis can be used, possessed, or cultivated. That is up to Parliament. So, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo has upheld last year's ruling made by the Western Cape High Court that marijuana can be used at home and ruled that Parliament must change the Drug Trafficking and Medicines Control Acts. So now, if you're an adult, 18 plus, you can grow cannabis plants and smoke the cannabis in the privacy of your own home. You know what's been interesting? Seeing how many people are just so excited about this. Like, we can see all the potheads on our timelines. We know y'all. So the ruling has sparked quite a response online. Have a look at these tweets. Fem the Human saying, if you know you didn't blaze before the Concord judgment, don't start now. You weren't with us when we were risking our lives. And Teboho says, black Twitter smokers going to Sneeman. Off we go. Off they go.
Off they go. I even saw a hashtag like, hashtag now that dagger is criminalized, to try and figure out what this all means. This dagger, I don't know how to say the it's too much for me. Okay. People wondering if they can smoke at work, if they can smoke in the university residence, or become weed-selling kingpins, coining it and making money. Come on, guys. The answer is no, no, no. You can't sell it. You can't buy it. You will need to grow it. You can't smoke it in public, and you can't smoke and drive. Come on, guys. I mean, that's a ludicrous concept. Anyway, there are only 26 countries in the world where dagga has been decriminalized in full or under certain conditions. These include Canada, yes, Amsterdam, obviously, and Jamaica, obviously.
Yeah, well, Siskuli, you spoke about, how one cannot smoke and drive.
Yeah.
The JMPD has said they will arrest those who drive when they are high, because drunken driving doesn't only refer to alcohol, it also refers to being under the influence of drugs. But now, my question is, how is this going to be tested? Because as far as I know, there is no roadside drug test in South Africa.
Yeah.
Are they going to develop it now that it's legal?
They must do. There must be, how are you going to go have a quick wee into a cup? There must be something that they develop, right?
Yeah, it's all a little bit weird, but look, you can look at it in many ways. There's the official legal way that we're looking at things, but also like the medical perspective. And this is an argument that a lot of people have had, over the past while. Yeah. The good versus the bad. Do weed smokers benefit from this? Is it a good thing? Are they violent people? Are they not? Does it mellow them down, or does it make them hyper? You know what I'm saying? And a lot of this has also been based around, the different behaviors that the different behaviors that people have been having on these drugs. So I think it's important to sort of figure out what's the good and what's the bad.
I thought that, it will obviously the world will be a better place with weed smokers because they're not as violent as the drinkers and the rest of those other people.
Those other people.
Wow. And let's not make it seem so bad, right? We're all focusing on the negatives, it's weed, it's bad, but we also need to realize that there are some positive benefits, believe it or not. It's good for your hair.
Okay, so
yes, it's good for the hairline, it grows it.
So you wash?
There's a certain way in which you, boil it, and then you crush it some other way, and then you just sugar it as a conditioner.
Okay.
And it actually grows your hair and strengthens it. It also helps decrease spasms in people who have Parkinson's disease. Yeah, it helps relieve anxiety, chronic pain, or it can also relieve nausea for cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. So it's not all bad. But let's not just think of the smokers.
That's not if you're smoking it.
No. No, you can't smoke it to heal.
So that's the good element that you've mentioned. People saying that it is good for your hair, although we have no research to prove this, that, some elements is better than, some drugs that many people may use. But I think some of the effects are quite exaggerated. They're said to make the drug look like a good thing because no one is ever violent on drugs and things such as that. But there are many other elements because it's a highly addictive drug. A lot of people use it and they end up being dependent on it, and not even just for medicinal use, but doctors, and of course, have come out and applied special permissions for you to get it if you get a prescription. And a lot of places like America and places like that give it to people that have severe migraines, chronic fits, and things such as that. And of course, you need to keep in mind the dangers of using dagga. Now, there are not so many rehabilitation centers in South Africa, and to overload them is also a big, big problem. I think this is one of the big issues the people that were opposing the bill were fighting, is that this is going to be just a huge strain on the health system because you get the big problem. So I know this because I've experienced it, where you get young people that went out at break to smoke with their friend, and their peer pressure of it is, let's just smoke one. So there you are, you pull one, and 30 minutes later, you're in my casualty because you're having hallucinations, people are attacking you, someone's fighting you. You end up getting admitted for substance-induced psychosis, and basically for the rest of your life, you're on treatment off of just a couple of pulls of the dagga. So very, very interesting, and we'll see where this goes.
But it's for 18 and over, not for young kids.
Yeah, so I mean, look, the way that they've structured the bill or passing the law is kind of nice because they've said and set parameters that are quite nice. So they've said you must be an adult, you must smoke it or use it in your home, you must grow it there, you can't buy it, you can't sell it. So it's quite protective. But let's be honest, if you're saying something as big as this, it's going to be problematic because people are like, I'm just going to smoke it in the street. What is an adult? If I'm 17, turning 18 next week and I smoke it this week. So it's very ambiguous, and I guess we'll have to see where this goes.
Well, the cops will tell you what is an adult when they arrest you.
Oh my gosh. It's exhausting. Okay. People who smoked
Dagga.
Have some of the craziest stories about what has happened to them when they got high. Everybody reacts differently, like this guy.
So many different types of food. Brittany's gone. All right, you're on your own. I feel like I'm in a movie. You're here for eggs. Stay focused. Oh, bananas. I need bananas. All this food is really just ingredients for poop. I wish my mom was here. I do not wish my mom was here. All right, eggs. My mouth feels like a desert. That guy looks scary. This is like a farm animal cemetery.
Next. Come on. Hey, what can I get you?
What kind of meat is good today?
That's crazy. Hey, listen, so if you are brave enough, follow the instructions below and let us know if you're sparking a doobie privately in your home while watching the show. We'll be right back. This is TrendingSA on 3.
I wasn't gonna run from the cops, but I was high. I'm serious, man. I was gonna clean my room until I got high. I was gonna get up and find the broom, but then I got high. My room is still messed up, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. I was gonna go to class before I got high. Come on, y'all. Check it out. I could have cheated and I could have passed, but I got high. I'm taking it next semester, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. Go to the next one. I was gonna go to court before I got high. I was gonna pay my child support, but then I got high. No, you wasn't. They took my whole paycheck, and I know why. Why, man? Hey, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. I wasn't gonna run from the cops, but I was high. I'm serious, man. I was gonna pull right over and stop, but I was high. Now I'm a paraplegic, and I know why. Why, man? Yeah, cause I got high. Because I got high. Because I got high. I was gonna make love to you, but then I got high. I'm serious. I was gonna eat your too.
continues right here on SABC3's Trending SA and online trendingsa.tv. Now we see you out here on these social media streets. We have 2 tweets, I believe. Let's have a look at what you're saying. This one comes from T'Challa of the streets. Says ahoy. And then some plantation. I don't know.
Fully clover?
Yeah, luck. Lots of luck.
Lots of
coming
luck.
your way. And Palm Sunday. This is Mrs. Trevor Noah Ngetu Sive saying my favorite TV show in the universe with my favorite TV personalities on the planet. Y'all look smoking hot. I love your show, guys. Down 3 mentions us all. Siskuli Kikopa Ungshaye. Well, there Thank you so much for all of your posts. We absolutely love you and hearing from you. Now let's get into it. It's time for Worth a Follow.
Yes, you know, guys, we like to celebrate fabulous South Africans. Our Worth a Follow guest tonight is a young man who is a viral YouTube sensation and owner of Rams Comics. Nice one. Since 2013, he has brought us the weird and wonderful adventures of fictional character Noko Mashaba. Now his page has over 140,000 subscribers and millions of views. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jonas Khanyisa.
Wow! Hi!
I'm a young man.
Yes.
Welcome, Lala.
This place is a vibe, eh?
It's a fantastic vibe. I see you brought yourself this kaftin. Nice lady that you're around with. Lala, welcome to the... Is your girlfriend?
Yes.
Nice one.
Thank
welcome
you.
to the show. Welcome to the show. Please share with us your inspiration behind your page, your YouTube page, Rams Comics, and why you dropped out of varsity to become an animator. What did the parents say?
It's funny that you're asking that because she's probably watching right now.
Nana.
My mom is a teacher, right?
Ooh.
And both my parents, actually, they're both teachers. So she's not proud of the fact that I dropped out of school. When I came here today, she was like, no, you must... If you don't have to say that, if they don't ask you, don't say it. That's our deal. And I was like, yeah. So, Mama, you can see...
They asked you.
They asked, yeah. So, dropping out of school, obviously it was because of financial issues at home. So, for me, it was, I guess, sort of like a blessing in disguise.
Yes, yes.
So, I left school and I started doing this. And it worked out pretty well. So it was, I think, back in 2012 when I started like seeing animation and all those type of things. I think the first time that I actually had an idea about creating content, animated content, was when I saw South Park for the first time. Yeah. So now anyone looks at South Park and like, it's easy, man. Okay, they literally circles and all those type of things, and you're like, I can do better than that.
Yeah.
Little did I know, you can't just do better than that. It's just because it's just circles doesn't mean it's that simple. Yeah. So.
But you've done very well with this guy.
Yeah, but I didn't give up. I just. I went in.
You didn't give up. You gave us this amazing The Adventures of Noko Mashaba. Let's check it out and let's check out why people love you.
All right.
Turn this water into umqombothi. Parliament. How? Madam, what do you want? If you want me to make you young again, I can't. It's too late for you, Shem.
Hey, ipeti mali ya pension.
Let.
Iban. Ntuki khwebo mos.
Nana, I think you're absolutely incredible. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
You have put us on the map. Now tell us about this Noko. Who is this man and what inspired you and what do you like about this character?
Well, the character, what inspired the character? A lot of things, actually. One, I would say, there's a friend of mine, Bareke Saul Mashaba.
Sorry, Saul.
Yeah, and well, I'd say that in terms of his looks, like, and that, like, he's he used to be him. Person with afro. If you look at Noko, you look at him and you think, alright, Noko is someone who's dirty, doesn't. I'm not saying my friend is dirty.
Yes.
But the way he looks, he used to be like that. So, and also I was like, okay, I'm going to. I actually told him, I said, I am going to use you. I'm going to use the same name on this thing because I only took the same name from it. But the name I wanted it to be like an African name and also like a. I don't know if you guys know what Noko is.
Tell us.
Porcupine.
Yes,
in our language. So in our language, growing up, when we used to like diss each other, would say Ratlabana. Like, yeah, it's like Ogwarana, like, you know, Ratlabana, like,
You're poking each other.
Yeah. So, Ratlabana, so like, Ratlabana, like, that thing, like, it goes into your skin, right? And that's exactly, I wanted a name for him that's going to represent exactly what he is, like someone who Watlabana.
But Tlhabana has been so interesting because you cover topics from religion, politics, witchcraft, the works. I'm curious to know, do you think it's social commentary? Are you looking at what's happening in the country, in the world at the time?
Yes, definitely. I always look at, well, I think that's this is the problem that a lot of people have when creating content. They follow the news. Stop following the news. There are already people who are doing that.
Okay.
Stop following the news. You need to create your own stories and add a little bit of the news in it.
Okay.
Which is exactly what I do. What I do is I have my own stories to tell, right? And I take a little bit of what is this?
The
current affairs, yes, and put it in there, and you know we've got a mixture of like crazy stuff.
Yes, the monkeys in heaven. I mean, it's the best.
All of it. So here you are. You create all this content, take stories from current affairs, but at some point you need to pay bills. If it's not just for yourself, it's the other guys that you work with. So how do you jump from just creating stuff for yourself to now making ad campaigns and being able to pay people salaries? How did you do that?
Well, I couldn't have done it without the people who are watching the content, to be honest.
You're welcome.
So what happens is, like, from the beginning, I used to like put out content on the channel. Like I put it on the channel like for free. Just put it, give it to people to watch, and then they'd watch it, right? Now, them watching, they were not the only people that were watching the content. You know, anyone who's watching, people are watching in their offices like, hey, boss, come see this.
Yes.
And the boss is like, hey, this is funny, and it's getting traction, and you know, people are watching it. So I think we should do something about it. So you can say over the channel, like, it's like a portfolio for me.
Okay.
So every single time I put out work, you know,
more work comes.
Yeah, you start to realize that people don't actually care about your qualification. Because I don't have a qualification in animation, so
Wow, Lala.
I'm self-taught.
Wow. No, your quality of your work is fantastic.
It's amazing, right?
Thank you.
And as a content creator, you have to keep creating. I follow the channel. We haven't updated in a while. Yeah. What's next on the channel? What is there to look forward to?
I don't know about the channel, but there's definitely a lot of videos coming.
Yes.
But I don't know if they're gonna be on YouTube. I'm not gonna put them up on YouTube because it's simple. It takes 100.
And really bring it on the dance floor. And these two in the next video would probably show me flames. Take a look. Did y'all see yourselves there? Yeah?
Oh, worry.
Arizona?
No, go in.
Well, things got even more interesting because this elderly couple from Cuba switched it up when they took their risque routine to America's Got Talent. You might want to watch this one with your eyes closed. Take a look. Yeah, that last move was my favorite.
Right?
Yay!
I think that's so great. If you're flexible, if you're strong, do it.
Right?
Yes.
That was fun. That is all I have for tonight's Lull Tuesday.
I love it. Thank you so much, Pearl Mudiadi and Noku. We're going to take a quick break. This is Trending SA on 3. We'll be right back.
You my everyday Valentine, Valentino, bag it out. Tiffany fingers, bring them out. 22 inches, let it down. 22 cows, you get it, I said it, I spend it, never regret it. When you're ready, just tell me you're ready. Are you ready? From your stance to your brackets, your ass and your lashes, you have it. From your stance to your brackets, your ass and your lashes, you have it. You my baby, yeah. You my baby, yeah. My biatch, yeah. My biatch, yeah. You my baby, yeah. You my baby, yeah. My biatch, yeah. My biatch, yeah. You my baby, yeah. You my baby, yeah. My biatch, yeah. My biatch, you my baby, yeah. You my baby, my biatch, my biatch. You my baby, my biatch, my biatch. You my baby, you my baby, my biatch, my biatch. You my baby, you my baby, my biatch, my biatch. Yeah, who gave birth to this? What in the world is this? You got the perfect hips, and you got the perky tits. I'm keeping your heart forever. I'm playing my part, it's whatever. I'm going hard for your pleasure.
Welcome back. You're watching Trending SA on SABC3 and online on TrendingSA.tv. Now tonight, oh my, we don't just have one comedian for you. We have two. Okay,
Yeah,
we have two comedians for you. He smells very nice though. One is a Johannesburg-born comedian who just started in comedy in 2010 and has never looked back. Years later, he has been the opening act for the Trevor Noah on his That's Racist tour. And recently, he had his own one-man show called Good Kid, Mad Witty. Get it? Joining our first guest is the first woman who has taken the world of comedy to the next level after she became the first female comedian to win the Audience Choice Awards in 2015 at the Comics Choice Awards. And it all started after she entered the SABC 1 reality show So You Think You're Funny, which saw her being in the top 6 final. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dillan, Oliphant and Khanyisa Bunu.
How are you doing, Dillan?
Talk about double trouble. Hello. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
All right, so by way of introduction, before we get into any questions, I'd like us to show our viewing audience a montage of you in action, comeding.
It sounds romantic.
Okay, let's do it.
This cream that they call it something enlargement cream. Have you seen? I can't even say it. I always say, Booty, this cream of yours, it can sell faster. If you can do it the Hepex way, show us the before and the after.
Because think about it, before Wade van Niekerk, every hero was a white man. Every hero, every superhero is a white man. Spider-Man, Superman, Mr. Mun, Joshua Doe, every superhero, guys, has been a white man. Every superhero. So now we can just be proud, man. Now we can just be proud that we've got Wade van Niekerk. He's a colored guy. And people are like, why do you want to make it about race? I'm like, it is about a race, right?
Brilliant, so funny. Okay, so I know with comedians, you always are thinking of how to re-angle things that are in the news. So we had a trending hashtag here. The hashtag was how to handle attention seekers. So I want to know from the two of you, what's the best way, Khanyisa, to handle attention seekers in your life?
Actually, I was thinking, I don't have a way, but I want to try pepper spray.
Oh,
wow.
I think it would help.
Whoa, that's next level.
No,
they just want a hug.
No,
we have a pepper sprayer. Dillan?
I send them to my mom.
Yeah.
My mom will chase them away.
Okay.
Whoa.
My mom's quite a strong
Is she hardcore?
woman. She's hardcore. Should taste the biryani. And yeah, I send them to my mom.
Okay, and then what about dacha decriminalization, Dillan?
How do I feel about that? I feel, wow, finally, breakthrough. Now Rachel Khanyisa can just calm down. She needs some calming down.
She uses a different emoji now, right?
Yeah, she just needs to calm down. I'm glad, man, because I'm very happy.
Also, they should give us land so that we can be able to plant it.
This is the point.
Yes, because they said they say you can't buy it.
Yeah.
Now we have to be farmers and grow it. So please, land.
It's a joint effort.
Yes, it is. It's high time. Listen, so you're part of Riyad Musa and Friends comedy special, and it's happening this coming weekend. You'll be sharing the stage with like really cool comedians, Dumi Morake, Joey Rasdeen, Robbie Collins. Why should we buy tickets and join you guys?
Yeah, because we are comedians who make people laugh, but Riyad has selected us amongst other comedians. I think that on its own gives you a message that we are quite very funny. But please do come and hear like fresh comedy, because most of those comedians have got like very funny content.
Yeah, yeah.
You should come because you're going to see the best comedians in the country.
How did Riyad go about doing that selection? Do you know?
I think it's nepotism. I'll be like, only the Indians.
I think...
Dillan, I've got a quick question for you. And I really need this answer because I was looking at the poster that came up earlier on. And it says, good kid, mad witty. Now, I've heard this title before because it reminds me of Kendrick Lamar. Tell me what's going on here.
It is inspired by the one and only Kendrick Lamar. The album Good Kid, Mad City. It's about life in the hood, in the ghetto. Because you know life in the hood, it's tough. And how your point of view, how it raises your point of view. It's the way your life goes. How you can do whatever you want to do, but life in the hood will get you. Like you get robbed by anything. Get robbed by someone who's wearing his mother's morning slippers, and that's the worst part.
Are you the good kid?
Yeah, I'm the good kid.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you're mad witty.
Mad witty.
Khanyisa, you were not a good kid. Right? Before comedy, you were a teacher. And you've mentioned before that you were a bias-stowed student. That's you right there. But when you were a teacher, how did you deal with the bias-stowed students?
Hey, I could not deal. You know, especially because students change. They're not like us. With us in the olden days, when a teacher shows you a switch that's going to beat you, you would get scared. But kids nowadays, so it was tough actually. So you had to use a language that is going to be understandable to the kid.
Yeah.
Because if you say, I'm going to punish you, it does not work anymore.
No?
Try to be a bit harsh.
They just go smooth.
So what did you say? What did you say to the kids when you were still a teacher? Whoa.
Wow.
I guess that's why you're not a teacher anymore. Huh?
Wow. So how did comedy begin then after that?
Oh, you know, I think comedy, I've always been a funny person. Even when I was a teacher, I used to still be funny. So I saw this ad for So You Think You're Funny. And I like the fact that I didn't even know at that time that it would lead to a career. It just asked me seeing a competition and like, let me go and try my luck here. Because there was a prize money. To me, though, I didn't understand that at the end. And I always say, ignorance is bliss. Because if I had known that it would get to a stage whereby there would be an audience and I would be performing for people, I would not have gone there. So it was just that. And then after the show, I thought I was going to go home. But I didn't go home because people started to inquire about me. Then I became a stand-up comedian.
And becoming a stand-up comedian was something that you definitely did because when overseas, so about we are touching different lands. Tell us about that and all the trips, or the most memorable first trip that you took.
Yeah, it wasn't. In fact, I took those trips, both of them in 2015, when I went to New York and Brazil. But it was not for comedy. I went for... it was a film festival. Okay. Yeah, so we went there as a group of filmmakers. I'm still an aspiring filmmaker. So when I got there, I decided to use that opportunity to look, to check for comedy clubs. That's when I started to perform. Like I performed at a place called Greenwich Comedy Club in New York. Okay. I had a great time.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Now, Dillan, in every show, you never fail to mention that you are from El Dorado Park because you're so proud to be from there. How did being from El Dorado Park contribute to your comedy and the person that you are now?
Being from El Dorado Park, I get to tell the stories, my life story, what it's like living in El Dorado Park. And as you know, the hood where they put us, it's a whole different story. So I get to tell people where I'm from, the people around me, because whenever you see a colored person on TV, it's always in jail. But now I get to tell, it's always in jail now. It's like when they hear the word color, they see orange, right? So now I get to tell.
So today you're wearing yellow.
So today I'm wearing yellow.
Change the narrative.
Yeah. So now I get to tell. Now I get to evaporate all those stereotypes.
Yeah.
You don't want.
Yeah. And when I heard this, I thought it was really, really special. There's a kid in your little cousin's classroom, I believe, who wrote a speech about how inspirational you are to the kids in your community. Now, how did that make you feel?
Yeah, it was mad inspiring. It inspired me. It gave me the will to continue to do the thing. And I'm same as, like I say, Wade van Niekerk is our guy. And then we had South Africa a few years ago. So now we have Wade van Niekerk, Liesel Laurie, yeah. So now we have Wade van Niekerk, and it's good to see positive images on the television screen of your own people. Yes. Representation matters.
Yes.
No doubt, no doubt. Khanyisa, this is a whole new world for you, right? So the comedy began and then opened these inquiries, and now you are an actress. Mama Duna on Scandal, babe. Why do you think people loved Mama Duna so much?
Mama Duna, I think people, Mama Duna surprised people because at the beginning, Mama Duna was quiet, just doing running errands from the boss until she had to argue with the boss. We had a verbal fight. Okay, not we, Mama Duna.
Yes.
Because that was not me. The Mama Duna had a verbal fight with the boss and then stood up against the boss. I think people were very surprised.
Okay.
Because before then, they didn't know much about the acting of the person behind Mama Duna. So after that, everyone was like, okay, she's good and all that stuff.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
And in closing, we're in Heritage Month. And of course, heritage is a very important thing. We know that 24th is coming, just around the corner. How are you guys celebrating your heritage differently? Dillan, let's start with you.
I'm going to be sharing with my family. I think in the colored neighborhood, family is such a big thing, except for the fathers that left. But for my family, I'm going to be spending it with the family, having cook sisters, and just talking about life, where we can go to from here. So that's how I'll be doing it. Yeah.
Say away, we can go for Sorry, you didn't say that. Okay.
I thought he was going to celebrate with Wade Nikerk.
That's great. And yourself, Khanyisa?
Yeah, I'm going to be on stage celebrating behind the mic. There isn't much to celebrate at home because I stay in Kempton Park. I don't see much of what represents me there. So I can stay with family, but I want to be there on stage and tell people about where I come from. Then they will understand my heritage better.
I love it. Oh, all the best to both of you. It's been a delight getting to chat to you on our show tonight. Dillan and Khanyisa, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Dillan and Khanyisa Bunu on TrendingSA. Hey, listen, we're almost at the end of the show. One more ad break, and then the things that need to be done for the pots to be, we'll be right back, babies.
Keep moving forward. I'm so reborn. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Ain't no stress on me, Lord. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. I'm so reborn. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Ain't no stress on me, Lord. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward.
Very rarely do you catch me out. Y'all done specially invited guests me out. Y'all been telling jokes that's gonna stress me out. Soon as I walk in, I'm like, let's be out. I was off the chain, I was often drained, I was off the meds, I was called insane. What an awesome thing, engulfed the shame. I want all the rain, I want all the pain, I want all the smoke, I want all the blame. Cardio, audio, let me jog your brain. Caught in the Audi home, we was all detained. All of you Mario, it's all a game.
I'm so reborn. I'm moving forward. Keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Ain't no stress on me.
All right, welcome back to TrendingSA on SABC3. It is now time to look at our WhatsApp on WhatsApp. Pearl?
So last week you guys hosted the phenomenal praise poet Jessica Mbangeni. I was watching from home. I loved it so much.
Beautiful.
Sure. So she blessed all of us with her incredible performance. And I wanted to share with you this video I saw of a young girl who could possibly be a future Imbongi. Take a look.
Give all the ke ndinifakela ukutya kwazo saphani zibheshu ndibhinqe kaloku into enkulu yasemveza isebenzile madoda unyana kamphakanyisa ulwine ngegqudu lomlomo uthethile mfondini akaphakamisanga ntongana siphamu wakhulula abantu kwidyoko yengcinezelo wafunga kathika waxolela ukufa.
Oh, baby!
Start them while they're young.
Yeah, that's beautiful. National pride, just loving where we come from and who we are. Hey guys, that's it for tonight. We're back again on your screens tomorrow night. You can't fall on me again. Not every night, Musa. Not every night.
Keep on falling.
We'll see you 10:30. Musa, 10:30 tomorrow.
And now, Chubby Run.
And now, please unplug it out.
And when we blow one raspa siyavuvuzela zwana khathathatha kushiharabu siyakupela yakhathazeka masifika kushifta ne-mind state yatatazela mawuringa ngathi ku-vibrate mangithatha ukubheka ngisanda kufika kudala silan late ngizoniloga out maloku ngithempaka with mass mates eish vulani isekele okay abezela sibezele guiding netso the whole day vulani isekele